What is this? What is this? Who knows? It's that guy. Your brain on drugs. Your brain on drugs. Just mashed, right? Mashed on marijuana. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's the Mary Magdalene. Oh, they talk about this and this and that and this. And it's so, oh, it's the sacred oil and this and that and this and that. And what is going on? Who knew it was a plant and you smoke it? Who knew? And there's other plants that you smoke and all this and that. So what? Oh, just because now it somehow makes you feel funny. And what is it? Oh no, it's just your brain on drugs. Just your brain on drugs. Who knows what it does, but it's your brain on drugs. Okay.
For centuries, humans have been using substances to alter their state of mind, from caffeine, cigarettes, and alcohol to more
Caffeine, cigarettes, and alcohol. Is that what alcohol is? Caffeine there too with the Coke? What is this? What is this?
extreme drugs. But as the most commonly used illicit drug in North America, where does marijuana fit in, and how exactly does it affect your brain?
Oh, the
First,
most
we need to
illicit.
understand how the brain functions. Your neurons are the cells
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I needed this.
that process information in the brain. By releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters from the axon of one neuron to the dendrite of another, they change the electrical charge of the receiving neuron. Consequently,
Look at, they're just transferring away. Yay! Transferring away. Just transferring. Just smashing.
exciting or inhibiting it. If excited, the signal is passed on. Though it sounds simple, these signals work together and the effect is quickly compounded into complex configurations within milliseconds.
Wow. It's so simple and that's so complex. Oh. So like this, right? It's just a fractal. Oh, look. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's just nature. Oh, it's just nature, 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 nature. Look, it's in the mountains. It's everywhere. And we use it to make images that you believe. Yay! What is it? It's Harry Potter math and images associated with the Harry Potter math. Wow. Oh, it's so amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, what a shame. And people are still looking for the God particle and this and smashing light as hard as they can to see how it smashes into smithereens and see if they can find the smallest thing and bash, bash, bash. All while fractals are just blasting you. Who knew? All because it mimics something that you call nature. Wow, what a shame. What a shame. It mimics the patterns that you see in nature and this and this and that and that and this. Smashed. Smashed. Worship of the image. Look, you're worshipping images. Not the image you're in. No, the one you're creating for yourself. And how beautiful it looks. Look, look. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. Smashed. Smashed. Because you also believe in this. Oh, yes, the sacred geometry. What is going on? What is going on? Truly, measurements are given, but they're given as in describing a city or this or this or a boat or this or some. What is going on? Apparently, don't know. This is the measure of man through the sacred geometry. No, what is this? The Kabbalah, Satanism, this, that, the other. Oh, it's just so amazing. Look, it's a fractal and the fractal of itself and itself, but this one is sacred. What is going on? Is there thing? Is there sacred geometry and then there's the blash counterfeit fractal? The fractal cousin? Is that what's going on? What is going on? Who knows? No, it's the same thing. Is it? What is it? Who knows? It's from the elements and the shapes and the theory of how they all fit together, and this and that, and the sides and the shapes and the surface area, and this and that, and the strongest shape, and this and this, and the orbs and the electrons, how they distribute, and this and that, and this and this. But they're there and never there, and then they excite, and then they go somewhere else. But no, they're not there. They're somehow there, but no, they're not there. They appear and reappear and disappear. What is going on? Oh no! We know the atom! We know the atom! Really? No, it's a theory. The atom is a theory. Who knew? And it resembles the theory that you worship called the solar system. Whoa! What a shame. What a shame, because truly, it is truly a theory that describes some bash phenomenon that you see. Yet, who knew that there have been multiple ways of understanding it, and also other ones that actually perfectly describe the current theory, yet no, it's just a preferred one. So, okay, let's go with that preferred one. Yay! Preferred one because, you guessed it, collective memory. Refers to the shared pool of memories, knowledge, and information. Again, they love that word. They love it. You worship it. And information of a social group. It had to be a social group, not just a group of people, a social group. Because they know how to fit their pieces together, and they've been told, oh, this is how you match it with this and match with the other person. And so this is a social group that is significantly associated with the group's identity, of course. The English phrase collective memory and the equivalent French phrase la mémoire collective of some bash appeared in the second half of the 19th century, of course. 1800 bash 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 into the 1900s. Who knew that was what was going on? No. It just happened there, and this term just appeared. And though maybe it was called something else before this, no, it's the one that is still in place. And it appeared somehow, as this bash says, in the 1800s, late in the second half. So exactly, late 1800s. Wow, into World War One. Amazing. The philosopher and sociologist Muriel Habermas can be analyzed and advance the concept. Who knew? He advanced it. He evolved it. Of the collective memory in the book La Mémoire Collective, 1950. Collective memory can be constructed, shared, and passed on by large and small social groups. Examples include nations, generations, communities, among others. Wow. What bash? Collective memory has been a topic of interest and research across a number of disciplines, of course. Who knew that constructing a shared memory would be the key aspect of what you think psychology is, sociology, history, philosophy, and anthropology? Who knew? Who knew that those are the pillars that define truly what you say it is that you're living. So, how that relates is because we'll get into it.
Flushing over the entire brain. This is what happens every single time you think, breathe, or move. So what's going on inside your brain when you're smoking marijuana? Well, unlike alcohol, which contains molecules nothing like those in our body, cannabis contains molecules that resemble the...
Okay, so alcohol contains molecules that the body does not have any in them, right? Is that what they're saying? Right. An OH. What is going on? What is going on? Yet the body breaks it down. So amazing. What are they saying?
Those produced in our very own brains, cannabinoids. Though naturally these cannabinoids circulate in much lower quantities compared to the large
Oh, just like DMT, right? Oh, smashed. DMT is a dream. It's a dream drug. Because supposedly your brain produces it. That's what causes the dream state and all this and that and this. Amazing, right? And so you just blast it into you and you just sit there with the elves and say, hey, what's going on? Yeah. So what? So cannabinoids are apparently in the body, and the body has receptors for it, and this and that and it. So if the body produces it, then people are just flood it in. Okay. So what now?
influx imposed by smoking. Specifically, the chemical tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, resembles a natural transmitter called anandamide. These cannabinoids are specialized neurotransmitters released by neurons having just fired. Neurons temporarily become unresponsive after firing to prevent them from overreacting or
Overreacting and into like an epileptic seizure or something. What? So they know to take breaks. They know to take breaks. Otherwise, your brain will just blow up, right? What a shame. What a shame. What are they saying?
or being too dominant. This allows your brain to function in a calm and controlled manner, but cannabinoids interrupt this approach in some parts of the brain. Instead,
He said interrupt, not enhance or catalyze or speed up or slow down. No, interrupt.
they remove the refractory period of neurons that are already active and cause your thoughts, imagination, and perception to utterly magnify itself. This
So it magnifies. It just causes it to magnify, augment, whatever.
means once you begin your train of thought, it becomes the most significant and profound thing ever. You
Of
can't
course, you have to draw some bash. What looks to be an anorexic cat, but who knew it was an anorexic owner that just clouded it into some bliss and worshipped it even more.
can't see the big picture or even recall your last epiphany because you're caught up in the momentum of a particular
Oh, he just said it. Or he can't recall your other epiphanies. Mocking. He's mocking. He's saying, you're just too bashed to even know. Because you're just so fixed on this and this. No, that's daily life, fool. You're so bashed and you're fixed on what you call your life. And exactly, you don't even recall the only epiphany. The only one. What a shame.
idea, and your neurons keep firing until a new idea takes hold and you go off on a new tangent.
Oh, right. Because it's just, I must fill myself with excitement and reward from the rainbow that promises it at the end. What a shame. What a shame. All the while, you're in living color already. Wow. So to speak. But no. Oh, it's exactly. No.
These cannabinoids also affect the levels of dopamine and norepinephrine in your brain, often leading to a sense of euphoria, relaxation, pain modulation, and general enhancement of an experience.
So somehow it's just, dopamine. It blasts dopamine and norepinephrine. Who knew? So they just relentlessly slashed people and done tests and proven this indefinitely. And they just know. They just know. They just know they're doing this and smashing, and they know how many actions and just the transfer and how it speeds up and it disables and this and this. Amazing. Wow, yes.
though sometimes causing anxiety. Furthermore, they are cannabinoid
Sometimes causes anxiety. Sometimes. It's not that you're living in relentless anxiety all the time. No. You are just smoking something that causes anxiety. Yes. It couldn't be that you're already blasted and just shattered because of your worship of this and somehow this too, but somehow you've bashed it all together to form some collective memory of what it all means to you and this and this and that. And then it's just so beautiful, and then you associate some story with it and how you identify with it. Wow, what a shame. And so this just blasted into you. Look, again, and the sociology is just a web. Sociology is just a web that can't wait to engulf you. That's sociology. Whoa, what a shame. History. Some bash guy carved out of a stone telling you, I am you. What a shame. Is a study of the past as it describes in written documents. See? Written documents. And what does written documents do? Yes. Construct something. But what does it construct? What is it that you worship? For there is only the word. The word of the Father who knew, worship God. Who knew? No, it has to be worship of this little symbol. And hey, no, don't discriminate. Anybody can worship any other little symbol too, like this one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and that one, and this one, of course. But ultimately, you must just be collective. You just must be part of the whole. You must be part of it all, part of the world. See, who knew that life is the true gift, the true promise? And if not deceived, what are we then? Okay? Because clearly it's as simple as that guy said, but then it's just somehow so complex, right? No, what a shame. What a shame. Because truly fractals even tell you that it looks different, it looks so beautiful, but you zoom in, oh no, it's just this, what? I was deceived. It was the same thing. It was the same thing, but oh no, I'm just gonna go explore more. Bash, zoom in. Oh no, it's the same thing. Smashed. So yeah, who knew that this is telling you that it's amazing? Yet just because you can rearrange it and think that it's appearing and forming this just so entrancing image. No, that's just sucking you off. It's sucking you off into the abyss because you're missing the only epiphany, which is, wow, what is required for all of that to even exist, to even be possible to you to witness it, for you to even see it, to even think you understand what you're seeing. Oh no, you just call that cognitive, my cognitive function, right? Smashed. Cognition primarily refers to things like memory. Who knew? The ability to learn new information, speech, and reading comprehension. Right? All tools for this. Wow, who knew? Who knew? Because ultimately, this is how you're steered. This is the counterfeit tools, okay? Because truly, you don't need supposedly memory, because you can see. Yes, you have the true promise, meaning you are living. But no, it must be some memory of what it is and where it was and how. No. Were you there in the supposed Big Bang? Is that why you're so violent? Yes. Violence is just part of man because we blasted into creation. and then just smashed relentlessly and bombarded and smashed and then condensed and exploded, imploded, and just cooled down. And then eventually we just smashed and smashed and smashed some more. And then eventually we were some bash half ape. And then more time, relentless time and time again. And now we have some quarter ape. And then some more relentless bash. This guy is saying to you, see, he's saying, you said 4 times already. Bash. He's like, oh, cut ya. And what? And now you have some 8 bash ape, and now, no. Apparently, you would never get to human because it's an asymptote, right? You would never quite get there. But somehow it's evolution. Because it's always getting somewhere but not quite there. What a shame. Because clearly you're already there. We're already here. It's all here. What is left to be evolved? Nothing. For it is false. Evolution is false. Wow, what a shame, right? No, it has to be true. Fine. Keep believing in your asymptote. Yes. Believe in it. And it's gonna take you nowhere. Yes, only into some collective bash memory that will bash your brain. Yes. And it is bashing your brain already. Because who knew, especially in early childhood, that's when the bash begins. Not truly a nurturing of your soul. No. It's beat down of the flesh, which is the way to bash into you that the soul is not. It's just something that you can just sell. Apparently, it's just something that you can sell to and to the devil. You're taught that. Wow. How come that's just some common knowledge, but it's just a myth. It's just a fairy tale. It's just. It's just colloquialisms and just word, metaphors, so to speak, and this and wow, what a shame. What a shame. So, memory.
Receptors in areas controlling short-term memory, learning, coordination, movement control, and high.
Oh, only short-term memory, right? Because you still remember who you are, right? You still remember your name. You still remember how to get to work, right? What is going on? Exactly. They say your brain is bashed into short-term, long-term, and midterm, and midterms, and quarter terms, and 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plan, how much you want of it. Because apparently you can have it all. Because we know it all. Yes. Just which one do you want? Tell me. No. What a shame.
Higher cognitive functions.
Oh, the higher cognitive functions, right? You couldn't wait. It affects all this. Movement control, coordination, you just stumble everywhere. And you're just so slow and dumb. You're just so slow and dumb and this and that, but just full of anxiety somehow. And it depends on which one you smoke. One will make you really kind of twinkle, and the other one will just get you right? And this and that and this and that and this and this. What's going on?
Got a burning question you want answered?
No. What a shame. Because clearly it's about brainwaves, right? Oh, you worship the waves. I just gotta go catch them waves, mate, and all this bash. What a shame. Delta, Theta, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Yay! Greek fraternities. Yes, the brotherhood. Yay! Smashed. What is going on? Collective memory, that's what. You worship these names as if they were some sort of ancestors of yours and this and that. You love them. And you're saying, yes, men are amazing. Evolution. Yay! What a shame. So Delta. The lowest, right? Deep sleep with no dreaming. Just blasted. It is believed that we rest, quote unquote, our internal clocks and healing in this state. It is believed. Dreaming takes place in theta 3 to 8 somehow hertz. Frequency waves. They're getting sharper. Oh, a regular beat. Dreaming, hypnosis, meditation, running, jogging, drumming circles. Yay! Yoga, of course. They love it. Highway driving. Wow, just drive until you fall asleep. A regular beat in this range will often entrain the brain into light sleep or deep relaxation, often associated with the dream state. REM. Yes, they play at every show in your head every day. Sleep occurs at this time. Yes. Who knew? Who knew that by taking DMT you probably just blast into here? Rest state, taking a break, meditation, walking outdoors, experience just prior to sleep and upon waking. Alpha. Woohoo! When you first wake up. Woohoo! Yay! Activated when eyes are closed. Very active state with experienced meditators. Can reduce pain and stress, increase memory recall. Who knew? Who knew? So they know all this. They know all this because they're just relentless tests and experiments upon experiments. Yay! Beta, this and this. Study the light. Study the light, he says. Yes, and I did it. So beta, 12 hertz to 27 hertz. Yes, engage, active thinking. Yes, reading, talking, low, beta, reading, watching television. Woohoo! Wide awake. Wide awake. Alert, most often experienced state during the day. Right? Beta. Woohoo! So you wake up alpha and then you become some weak, prune. You become the second. You're the first and now you're the second. What is going on? Gamma, 27 hertz and up. Blast up and up and up and up. Woohoo! All into the ultraviolet. You must get to the ultraviolet purple. Yes, purple, 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 purple. Worship the purple dinosaur. Deep meditation over many years. Just sit down and get hemorrhoids. Many years and now you reach gamma. Woohoo! Involved with our sense of conscious awareness. Yes, smashed. Often found with Tibetan Buddhist monks, of course. Of course, they just had to bash them in. Believed to be associated with transcendental states of consciousness. Oh, just wordsmithing. They're just words. Oh, transcendence. Become one with the nanobot. All this bash. All just preparing you for it. Or for the defilement that has already taken place. And now they're selling it to you as some dream. But no, it's almost like a history of what has been done to you and relentlessly is done to you. Who knew that all this supposed knowledge, all this supposed, look, numbers and Harry Potter phrases and this, what is this? You don't think that this is used against you for every day, day in, day out? No, it's used. This is used to help us, and it gives us Harry Potter statistics and numbers to get people to do things better always, right? Smashed. 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 Because the myth of the digital drugs is what's next. Because truly, the worship of this is the wedge that this has created. The worship of the split images. Okay? Yes. And manipulation has been the name of the game of the image. And who has control over what the image is doing? Because the image in itself is the thing that you supposedly say changes day in, day out. Because life is there. It's the one constant. Okay? It's relentless. Wow, who knew? Life brings forth life. Wow. Yet you're the one that's shape-shifting and engaging with the shape-shifting images that you worship day in, day out. Wow, what a shame. Why? Exactly, so you can have some sense of identity. Because truly that's what it is. You're ashamed and therefore you latch on as hard as you can to some identity. Why? Yes, because ultimately we know we're doing evil. We're working inequity day in, day out. Why? Exactly. It's easier to do it and say you're getting better with what you think you're manipulating in the bash image, but we know we are just passing the trauma that was constructed into ourselves through our supposed cognitive mind, all while they're just bashing you with the the murmurs of what you see and hear. Wordsmithing, who knew that enchantments and spells are real, but no, they're just things that you see in Harry Potter. Oh, what a shame. So, this Gabash psychiatry consultant, Dr. Ahmed Albarai, talks about digital drugs are since 2006. Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics warning parents about dosing. 2006. What is this? So, the myth of drugs. Internet stuff about digital drugs. Because truly, you can smoke it or you can blast it through your ear. Okay? And this is what this is about. Recreational doses including marijuana, cocaine, even an overdose. Recreational oddities said to be for advanced users such as poppers and roofies. Prescription doses with such names as Oxy, Vico, Clono, and DHM. Sexual doses, first love phenomena, climax, hardcore choices like asphyxiation and more. Quick hit doses with sessions that only last 10 minutes. Fictional doses based on viewers' favorite video games and books. Chakra or sacred doses, pure spiritual ecstasy. Sports doses, game enhancers to enhance video game players' experience. Natural doses, sensory doses. So what are they saying? The packages that they sell on the on the internet supposedly about all these digital drugs. The theory of digital drugs is through binaural beats. Binaural beats were first described in Germany by blah 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 in the 1830s. Who knew? Again, they were first generated by the use of tuning forks. The human ear can hear the monaural beats sound that will cyclically fluctuate in volume but not in pitch. So just volume, not pitch though. A characteristic of these monaural beats is that they can be heard with one ear occulted. A deeper scientific side. Binaural beats are produced in a similar way, with two pure tones being produced, but each is specifically and separately delivered to a single ear. Because the monaural beats are the physical result of pressure summation in the transmitting medium, quote unquote, or air, there is clearly no possibility of this phenomenon being implicated in the genesis of binaural beats. These are brain-generated phenomena described by Oster, 1973, as being synthesized in the auditory processing pathways inside the brain. So is he saying, oh, you just think it's that? Is that what is going on? It would appear that the brain's computer computes a subject again, bash. It would appear the brain computes a subjective synthetic sound from the information that it receives from both ears. So the brain itself synthesizes the discrepancies in the tones, which is that what they're saying? Which is characteristically experienced as emanating from the center of the subject's head. So it's blasphemy in the middle of my head. The frequency of the binaural beat is exactly the difference between the two frequencies. For example, a pure frequency of 500 hertz and another one of 520. In the ear of the oral beer, the frequency is 20. The difference is 20. Will be heard by the subject even though there can be no physical, non-physiological explanation for the phenomenon. Wow, so they hear it, but there's no explanation. Okay. If one receives binaural beats with a frequency in the range of brain waves, the predominant brainwave frequency is said to be likely to move towards the frequency of the stimulus, a process called entrainment. Wow, they couldn't wait. So this is key. If one receives binaural beats with a frequency in the range of the brainwaves, the predominant brainwave frequency, so the one that's passing, is said to be likely to move towards the frequency of the stimulus. So the stimulus is the sound that you put over in your headphones or that you just hear. So it doesn't have to be that you put your blast in your headphones. No, it's just out there. Who knew? And it's manipulation. Perceived. Okay. If one receives entrainment. So almost like conforming to the sway of the pendulum. This phenomenon is called frequency following response. It just goes with the flow. It occurs in the time of the sounds and is not continuous synchronization. Perceived human hearing is limited to the range of frequencies from 20 Hz to 20,000. The working envelope is that the sound should be of an amplitude that is capable of being heard and that is should be below about 1,000. The sensation of binaural beats is believed to originate in the superior olivaries nucleus, a part of the brain stem. Oh, the brain stem. Woohoo! Mainly inferior colliculus. Functions of the inferior colliculus. Integration station of sensory perception, mainly of the startle response and vestibulo-ocular reflex, responsive to specific amplitude modulation frequencies, and this might be responsible for detection of pitch. Spatial localization by binaural hearing. So all these passages, well, it's this and that and this and this and that. Wow, what's going on? Brainwaves frequency range name usually associated with 40, so they tell you 40 hertz gamma, yes, same bash, this, right? There might be a little discrepancy, but it's the same bash. Same names, this, sensory, deeper. And then they have a different category. After this theta, NEREM, sleep followed by delta waves, deep sleep, loss of body awareness. Who knew? Loss of body awareness. Who knows where you are, but you're there. Who knows? There is some evidence to suggest that the binaural beats can be used not only entrain the brain's own frequencies, but also to enhance some mentally demanding cognitive tasks. Enhance. So you entrain, and then you enhance. Entrain, enhance. What does that sound like? Brainwashing! Yes. Binaural beating, a sensory of information stimulus, provides potential consciousness altering information to the reticular thalamic, activating systems, which in turn alters arousal states, attention focus, and level of awareness, crucial elements of consciousness itself. Owens, 1984, has reported a decrease in distractibility and increase in academic performance when binaural beats are used in classroom settings. While editing carried out rather more quantitative studies, one of which showed that students appeared to perform academically better in the presence of binaural beat augmentation. There is some evidence to suggest that the alpha and theta stages are the most useful. Alpha, theta, dreaming, hypnosis, meditation, experienced just prior to sleep, and waking up. Theta and alpha are the most, are they? According to this, Bash, are the most useful in terms of learning enhancement and increasing learning capacity of children. But they don't mean learning capacity in the sense that you think of like, oh, just going to school and becoming some genius. No, they mean learning capacity as far as what they're able to, it's how they're able to follow instruction and learn from what they're told and given and the commands and this and that, basically just bashing the child. And who knew that those stages are the best to just blast a child? Wow, who knew? For manipulation. Not because even manipulation in the academic sense, what does that even mean? It doesn't say academic. It says most useful in terms of learning enhancement and increasing learning capacity. Dispatch were able to conclude that beta frequency binaural beat audio signals are an effective method for facilitating simple free recall memory, ability to attend what, and the ability to persevere at routine motor tasks. So how to become a perfect little worker without complaining all the time. What is going on? Application for binaural beats, blah, blah, blah. Causal linkage between vigilance, performance, and mood, blah, blah, blah. Possibility of reducing depressive symptoms in alcoholic patients, blah, blah, blah. There are no significant. So, all these things, just like, psilocybin, just take the relentless mushrooms and your drug addiction is now cured, right? Wow, what is going on? No. Constructing of a collective memory. They're telling you, oh, everyone was doing all sorts of drugs and now you are the priesthood. You are the priesthood that is now constructing wisdom from the abyss. Yes. What a shame. Blah, blah, blah. What is a specific clinical picture of this addiction? So now they're going reviewed literature, important points with or against the fact of that if the digital drugs are addictive or not. Wow, what a mouthful that was. Against being addiction. Against. Where are the cases? So this you mean for being for it being an addiction? What is this? Where are the cases? What is a specific clinical picture of this addiction or comorbidities? There are no evident researchers in epidemiology related neurotransmitters, neuroscience, reward systems, craving, relapse prevention, no relation to dopamine action, evidence that binaural beats are epileptogenic. Epileptogenic. Evoking seizures. Epilepsy. Is that what it's saying? Binaural beats leads to the deficit in GABA meditation, tonic inhibition, increased firing of IC, epilepsy, audiogenic epilepsy. Calls for more investigation. Many of the researchers are not properly blinded or controlled. The researchers mostly don't stand up in modern scientific scrutiny to today. Brainwave engineer is not a study or training in any part of the world. All music types can be used in relaxation, anxiety, and depression as preferred by the patient or the PT, practical therapist, whatever. And this is why people would stay away from binaural beats. Is that what they're saying? Now, they would go for it, apparently, with bean addiction. PBs have no permanent effect, affecting the synchrony of the brain. Maybe an initiation for craving cues. Binaural beats leads the brain wave entertainment with desired psychological or behavior sequelae. Sense of change of conscious level could be part of cues in craving and usage of substance experience. BBs induce theta waves, increase hypnotizing susceptibility, and decrease attention. So they're right here. This is where they're trying to confuse you further and saying, "Well, yeah, there's research that says yes, but look, just passion. Look at all the things right here." But again, even though they're bashing you, they're just telling you we're bashing you. Okay, and it's not just you with your little weed. No, it's big scale. It's fractal scale we're talking here, because it's just Harry Potter formula math, and then you go closer into the same bash. So in the same sense, they have now collectively bashed you into some formula and this and that, and they're just feeding you fractals and smashing you, telling you that it's your fault, and that you should not be smoking if you want, but this is what happens because we just told you, and this is how you affect your brainwaves, and only you affect them. No, what a shame. And they're telling you here how you think you're synthesizing something, but who knew that it's just shape-shifting right before your eyes, because you are blind to what is right in front of you. What a shame. Alpha theta increases circulation. So recommendations: focal point for clinical recruitment to the patients for better care and investigating them. That means, wow, what a mouthful. Focal point for clinical recruitment. Recruiting who? Clinical recruitment, apparently. To the patients. To the patients. Okay. What? Recruiting what to the patients? Clinicians? What is this? What clinician? What do you call them? We need more doctors for patients for better care and to investigate them. Right, smashed. Researchers are needed in different aspects for understanding of the problem. Wow, what a general bash thing to say. Avoiding stigma and leading awareness for the families and the community according to their expert and scientific. Wow, what a bash. Thank you. No. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Because no, what is going on? Because truly there is a worship for an image. And if you're gonna pay attention to something more, apparently because no, you just no, your brain just thinks about and worships a cat, right? And you forget all about the other little ones that are there, right? Only when you're a weed. What a shame. It's like almost everyone forgot themselves, and they think they're bashing in this. All because you've been bashed with this.